Eamon O'Carroll, your thoughts after a strong second half showing and Bradford getting the job done?
Yeah, really pleased. It was really important we came here and got the win. I thought the second half performance was much more up to our standard. We certainly weren't at it in the first half, but we're really pleased that we shown some character to turn it around and come through the other side. We knew it was going to be a real challenging game, difficult game. They always are here. I think they're a really competitive team, and especially at home as well. So really pleasing to get the victory.
Is that the overriding positive, that second half performance to turn it around?
Yeah, it is. And again, lessons learned in the first half. We seem to want to do it the hard way at times, which, when I walked in at half time, the lads kind of knew that and addressed it themselves. But, we've got to learn them lessons as quickly as we possibly can. But what I did see where I think we've taken giant strides is the fact that we managed to get ourselves and fight really hard to get back into that game and then pull some points from earning the right as well.
It certainly looked to my eye that when you got out of your seat at the back of the stand and went down to the touchline and you remained there, that added a bit of sort of focus to Bradford's play.
Oh, I don't know. I just felt we lacked energy, so I thought I'd try and give the boys some energy that way. I know the staff do a great job in doing that, but I just felt I needed to be down there. I don't normally do that. I watch from in the stands to get a good overview of it, but nobody stayed there, and I just came down. I don't think that had too much of a factor on the game, but I liked it being down there other than getting wet through. So I just felt it was one of them things that was needed at the time, and I'm glad I did it in the end.
Starting with the side, Chester Butler was named, but obviously Sam Haller's 18th man. He came off the interchange bench. What was happening there?
Yeah, he pulled up Chesney with his hamstring in the warm up, so really disappointing for him because I thought he was fantastic in the last game. I'm looking forward to seeing him back to his best, but I think he's done the right thing there, Chesney, and hopefully it's not too long term. But I thought Sam came in and did a great job.
And certainly at the end of that first half, that try-saving tackle, how he somehow managed to stop McCarron from grounding the ball. When you talk about, you wanting to highlight character, spirit, effort in defence, that ticks all them boxes.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was a huge effort from him. I was glad to see everyone celebrate with him. I thought we had a few moments in the game where we did little things like that, the things that we value, like our kick pressure. Jordan goes and gets one on early and they kick it into the stand. Jaden, picks up a scrap, a loose ball, and we attack him. But then we probably went away from that a little bit and did some things that we're trying to be better at. Trying to score in the first two good ball sets that we had. Putting a kick in, trying to dive over and score when we spoke about trying to break a team down. So that was the pleasing thing for me. Second half, I thought the boys were really good. They took on the messages really well and then went and applied it.
What did you say at half time?
It is. I just said that we're killing ourselves. I thought we had another couple of gears in us. I thought we shown glimpses, certainly when Eben came on and Fenny. I thought they were outstanding. Showed some real intent in what they were doing and both sides of the ball as well. So I thought we needed to get on the level with them, and I think we did that in the second half. I just challenged them to do that. It is a real simple game, but if you get that area, and it's an area that we really value, if you don't quite get that right, we're not a good team when we don't own that area, and when we do, I think we go okay. So I just wanted to get them back to that, and they went out and did it.
You've praised the forwards, obviously Aribidoro suspended. I thought Fenton Rodgers, that's probably one of his best, strongest performances of the year in a Bradford shirt.
Yeah, I'd agree, and I thought it was good against Barrow as well, if I'm honest. So he's taking the right steps in the right direction. You forget how young he is. He's 20 years of age, Fenny, so he's got a lot of learning to do, but he's a great kid, and I thought he was fantastic today. Really simplified his game, got his intent right and his effort areas right, and was really good. I think he might have been a little bit unlucky with the sin bin. I think he injured himself more than anything, but I thought the group were good in that period as well.
And when you talk about playing to the game plan and playing with that sort of focusness, you then see Gaskell and Lilly play on the back of that with some real eye-catching scores in that second half.
Yeah, I think we talk about that a lot, about sticking to the game plan. That's just to give us a bit of a foundation to play off, because we've got some great players in the team, and I don't want them to play like robots. I want them to play what they see and express themselves with the ball and things like that. That just gives us a little bit of a foundation to play off. So I thought when we did that today, you see everyone come to their own then, and I thought they were great, particularly the way they kicked the ball. I thought we kicked the ball really well, and that was one of the most pleasing things.
You saw in the second half, Kieran Gill set up a try for George Stafua. He gets cleaned out. Adine Gebby gets sent to the sin bin. Gilly could have come off, but you know, you see that commitment, that desire. He wanted to stay out there.
Yeah, he did. I love that about him. You know, I thanked him for it. I called him over when we scored one of our tries, and I was calling him over. He was saying, "I'm not coming off," and I said, "No, you're not. I just wanted to thank you for your effort, and we need you here, mate." You know, I think losing him at that stage could have been dangerous for us, and he's hurt himself. He's done something to his shoulder, so you know, huge commitment from him.
Has everybody come through unscathed? I know Dan Smith only did the first half.
Yeah, Dan's got a little bit of an issue there. We don't think it's too much, more precautionary for Dan, so I think he'll be all right. He's obviously struggled with his calf there. A week off where I know he's looked after himself and done some things. First game back, long travel, so we thought it was best just to not put him back out there and get some minutes into the likes of Evan, and who I thought were fantastic again. That's to his best.
And just on Sam Hallis, obviously he's had to, at short notice, put the shirt on and play when he's been expecting probably to run the water on.
Yeah, I actually said to Tony when it happened, I said, you know, if there's one bloke that I know I can rely on, and it's him. You know, his preparation, it won't matter. Sam just does his job and does it really well. So I had the utmost trust in him to just go and get it done. As I did JD going in the back row, not great prep for him, you know. He thought he was going to be on the bench, so that is a difficult one. But I thought Sam just does as he does. That's why I love him. I can trust him to do what he needs to do.
Second half, with obviously Bradford having that momentum, Whitehaven were very ill-disciplined. How pleasing are you that you've capitalised on that ill-discipline, those penalties and set restarts?
Yeah, it's good. I think it's a huge stride for us. I just go back to, you know, doing what we practice, kicking the ball and earning the right, and, you know, earning field position for our defence. That's the team we want to be, and I saw it for large periods in that second half. You know, and I think it highlights more when you know, when I look back at the first half, we probably weren't doing that. We didn't kick the ball as much. When we kicked the ball, we put ourselves in good positions, and we did that. I think we ended up actually scoring 2 off tries as well. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
Obviously, first time this season, you've had the coaching selection headache of sorts. Obviously, you've gone with George Tafua and Jaden Hockenbaugh, and Aidan McGowan's, you know, lost his ever-present tag. How did you communicate that to Aidan?
Just real honest. I think that's the best way to do it. You know, I pulled him early in the week and said, look, this is what I'm thinking. You know, it's likely I'll go this way. Clearly, he was really disappointed, but such a great lad. You know, and was good around the group today as well, being at 18th man. It's tough for him. He's desperate to play, and I can understand. You know, the ones where you're sitting down with lads and showing them vision, going, look, you're not doing this and that, and that's why you're not in the team. With Aidan, I can't really do that with his game, but I felt we needed to go that way, like what Ock's been doing. And George is so important to us, so he was a bit unlucky there, Aidan, but he'll be back in the team sooner rather than later. I think he's doing some good things, and he's important to us, but it's a long old season.
And just finally from me, and we can expand on this probably when we preview the Doncaster game, but you have extended your contract at the club. CEO Jason Hurst has said it was a 10-minute decision. Give us your thoughts around it all, and, you know, how special are you with the progress and, you know, the rebuild of Bradford?
Yeah, I'm delighted. I'm absolutely delighted. You know, I love it here. I've not been here long, but you know, I feel one of the most important things as a head coach is that you have a good support network around you, and I've certainly got that here. I love working with the staff. I've got a really close connection with the group. I love what they're about. I really enjoy working with them, so that's why it was an easy decision. On top of that, I feel like we can do something special. I really do believe that. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. No, I don't. You know, we've got a lot of work to do, but I'm really confident in the group that we've got here. Not just the playing group, but the staff as well. That we can go and do that. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but something I'm really looking forward to.
On that Super League approach, was it a serious approach?
Yeah, it were. You know, that's another reason, the way that Jason and Nigel handled that, and we're really honest and up front with them. You know, utmost respect for them for doing that. But yeah, you know, that's nice. But you know, I'm on a journey here with Bradford now, and it's just nice to get my future settled and extend.
Cheers, Eamon.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess that's the feather in Bradford's cap, and what they've done for you and what you've done here. That Super League can approach you like, no, I'm doing something here. I like what I'm doing here, and you want to step up.
Yeah, I do. You know, I feel like I've jumped about a bit in my coaching career, and that's through no fault of my own. I had the most amazing time over in France. I had two times there. You know, and I had to come back more times for family reasons. So, you know, I want to settle as a coach. You know, and I feel like, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but I feel like we can do something special with some hard work and the support I've got around me. So I want to be part of that.
You talk about settling. I thought Lee did a great job second half here of settling the team down. And he's always known since he's come into Bulls how important is his calming influence around the pitch. Some of his kicks were just either for tries or just death kicks in behind. Just felt like it just kept the game alive on Bradford second half.
Yeah, and I think when he's doing that, the people around him are good. I thought Geordie was fantastic today. I thought them two really complemented each other, as was Holmesy as well. So that's the second game now we've had our full spine playing together, and I believe that can only get better.
That spine was so successful last year. Was it something that, I mean, I've been very hard with what's done with Tom and Gasky, but how keen have you been to sort of try that spine out? Because it was brilliant once it got going sort of from August last year, and then obviously it's been disrupted at the end of this year and the start of this year.
Yeah, I've been really keen, but you go back to the Eden bit. I think he's done some really good things for us, certainly defensively as well. So it was a tough decision to make, but what I feel is right for us moving forward. I want to give that spine time to settle. Like we got to round 10 and it was the first time we had 1, 6, 7 and 9 together. So that's a really important part of your group and your team. So I want to see how that progresses now.
You mentioned Evan and Fenny coming out and really making an impact. Contrast to why they need 3 players on each change bench, does that just show how important having a strong change bench is? Because that potentially is a bit of a difference. Why didn't have a lot to bring on. You had real like energy and talent to bring on.
Yeah, it does affect you. I thought they were fantastic in that area. I thought they won collision. It was something that I challenged the group on at half time. I thought they owned that area. And that hurts. So I thought, like you said, you referenced it before, I thought our bench were really good. It is so important, especially when you come to places like this in the conditions that you're in as well. It's important you get that, certainly the collision area right, and your resilience sort of in defence. So I thought they were really good. Sparked us up there, and everyone kind of got on board with it.
And I know you'd never use it as an excuse, but it must be you do a team run for a reason. Obviously, Chester would have been a big part of that. Like I said, JD's just come in short notice. So is Sam. How pleased that you had to the team adapted in the end to that, because it was a very short notice thing that Chester was out of the team and suddenly John and Sam were sort of switched up there as well.
Yeah, I think we're getting used to it. If I'm honest with you, there's always a bit of disruption with our preparation, but it's good. Our plan is simple, and everyone knows their role. So I'm confident when we bring people in that they know the job. I came out to the warm up and told JD, and as soon as I did it, he gave me a little smirk to say, "Oh, here we go again." I'm in the back row. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Every team go through it. Like we had that today. Yeah. Whitehaven's situation is a lot worse than ours there. So I thought we handled it well.
Yeah, definitely. Just finally for me, obviously, you saw the games at sort of Batley and Yorker when you're off it, that Malaise kind of continued throughout, whereas you pulled back from that maybe Malaise a bit in the first half. That must have pleased you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the most pleasing things for me that we were able to turn it around. So it's going to be a big theme for us when we're reviewing the game. Obviously, we don't want to have to do that, but to have the ability to do it in a game like today was fantastic.
Cheers, Em.